guys, welcome to my channel. My name is ReadingBear and I hope you are ready for some more stories. And today, we'll take a look at some new entitled people content. If you enjoyed my content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and post some bear emojis in the comment. And now, let's dive right into the stories.
The first story is titled Karen Insists She Doesn't Work Here. A little background. I have an almost 2-year-old who is a bit of a finicky eater, as many kids that age are. There's one brand of little, blueberry-flavored, heart-shaped rice puffs that he absolutely loves, and we use them as rewards for when he accomplishes something, like successfully using the potty or putting away his toys. Sometimes, we also give them to him just because we love him. He calls them puffs, and practically chants it when he knows he's about to get some. It's pretty adorable, but I digress. Now, I'm a 6 feet 3 inches man and very broad-shouldered. I'm a pretty calm, pleasant person most of the time and try to make friends with everyone I meet, but I've been told that I'm intimidating just because of my size. I'm aware of this and try not to loom over people or throw my weight around, but sometimes people get skittish just because I'm there. So, anyway, I'm at the major chain grocery store after work picking up a few things that my wife asked me to grab on the way home. I remember that we're low on puffs and swing by the baby aisle to get some, even though my wife didn't ask for them specifically. Lo and behold, there's Karen in her smart business casual jacket with her overloaded cart standing right in front of the puffs. She's holding a box of baby oatmeal reading the back of it. I calmly watch as she puts the box back, picks up another box of the same brand of the same powdered oatmeal, just a different size, and starts reading that. Again, I wait, but I'm standing there wondering what could possibly be different between the two. She then picks up the first box and starts comparing them. They're identical other than box size, and I'm tired of waiting for her. It's only been 2 or 3 minutes, which isn't that long, but I'm ready to get home to see my kid. So, I say, "Excuse me, ma'am. Could I?" Karen, without looking up, "I don't work here." Me. "Right, could I please?" K. I said I don't effing work here. Except she says the word as she glares death at me. Me. Yeah, I get that. I just need. K. Get away from me. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I'm going to help some idiot man buy baby stuff. Me. Look, I just want that cereal, I say as I point at the puffs on the shelf. K. Don't touch me. I said I don't work here. Manager. I need a manager. Now, there was a nice older lady stocking shelves at the other end of the aisle. I've talked to her a few times over the past few months. She's always been really sweet and always tells me all about her grandson, who coincidentally has the same first and middle name that I do. She knows me, so I'm not worried when she heads over. She's not a manager, but being older, a lot of people assume she is. I'll call her W, for worker. W. Is there a problem here? K. This man is harassing me. Me. Sigh, I just wanted to. K. I don't care what you want. I won't be bullied. Turning to W, I demand you have him thrown out. I won't put up with this. W. Ma'am, can we please calm down? I'd like to. K. Don't you tell ME to calm down. He's the problem. To me, I said I don't work here. F. W. Ma'am, I can't help you if you don't calm down. Please, can. She turns her hands palms up in a pretty universal non-threatening position. K. Don't you touch me. I'll call corporate. What's your name? I've been pretty irritated, but I haven't gotten mad until now. I worked customer service for a lot of years and am used to being treated poorly by seemingly insane people, so I've been trying to remain calm. Once she threatens to report the sweet old lady for just trying to defuse the situation, I get angry. Standing up straight, looming forward just slightly, and with my best semi-loud dad voice that I usually reserve for when my kid is about to do something that's going to get him seriously hurt, I say. Me. Lady. I just wanted to buy that cereal for my kid, and your cart is in the way. I know you don't work here. I'm not an idiot. I was just trying to ask if I could reach past you to get it. Karen goes completely pale and frankly looks like she's about to wet herself. She silently grabs her cart and scoots it back 2 or 3 feet. I smile and say in as calm and friendly of a manner as I can manage, "Thank you, ma'am." I grab the puffs, put them in my cart, and walk away. Me. Have a nice evening. A few seconds of silence pass as I walk towards the registers, before I hear W say, "Ma'am, if you still need that number for corporate, I can get that for you." The next story is titled My New Neighbor Thinks She Can Park Anywhere. This is also currently happening and my so is witnessing it and texting me as I'm at work. So if you missed my last post, I had a new neighbor move into my building and she left notes on everyone's doors saying she had brought the building and gave us insane rules to follow. She does not own the building but only a unit or apartment. Jury is still out if she is insane or stupid. She has been quiet for the last few days and I thought maybe that's it? Apparently I was wrong. So each unit in our building is allocated one parking space. Just one. I park in mine and my so parks his car on the street on the other side of the building. Our parking lot had one visitor space. It's a very small parking lot, 6 spots for residents and 1 visitor. The visitor spot is nearly always empty and my neighbors have said my so could park his car there if he wanted as we are the only unit with 2 cars but he doesn't mind parking where he is. This morning my so woke up to yelling. Our kitchen window overlooks the parking lot and he snuck a peek out the window and saw entitled neighbor standing next to our nice neighbor's car and they were arguing loudly. She kept yelling that she had a second car and needed to park in his spot and he had to move his car or else she would have it towed. He kept repeating that it was his parking spot and she could either park it in the visitor spot or on the street and if she towed his car he would report it stolen. So said she kept yelling she can park where she wants and he needed to move it or else so so decided to park his car in my empty spot in case she tried to park there while I'm at work. Last message he sent me, she has stormed upstairs in a huff and slammed her door. The next story is titled I Spoke Armenian and Paid the Price. I am Armenian American, and I look kind of Armenian and kind of American, but have a ginger beard. I was wearing basketball shorts and a black t-shirt, along with my white gold necklace. I went to Best Buy with a friend and his mother, and we were in the home theater section. I love me some home theater. As I am helping them pick out some speakers and explaining, in Armenian, how the home theater components work, I feel a tug on my necklace. Now, this necklace was given to my father from his now deceased mother, and he gave it to me. It means a lot to me. I felt the tug on my chain and turned around angrily to see a man in his mid-40s or so. I'll call him A for a-hole and M for me. Snidely, can you hurry up with them and help out the rest of the people here? And you shouldn't be talking in foreign languages in America, especially while you're working. I don't work here, and if you touch me again we are going to have a problem. You don't get to talk to customers like that and still have a job. Where's your manager? This isn't whatever craphole you came from, you can't treat people like this. The irony was not lost on me, and I was getting very mad. My friend knows that when I start smiling while I'm angry, I get a little stupid, so he tells me to relax and kind of guides me away from him. Security is coming over to us at this point, as the a-hole has decided to follow my friend and me. A-hole keeps ranting, as I am trying to stay calm, and my friend is doing his best impression of a peace-filled monk. For context, I have a shaved head to go with the beard, and I don't look super friendly, although I try to be most of the time. Security comes over to me first, and he asks me to go with him. I agree and tell my friend and his mother to come to get away from the a-hole. As security is walking with us to sort out what is going on, a-hole decides to poke the side of my face. This causes a problem, as I push a-hole away angrily, but thankfully my friend grabs me and keeps me from retaliating. A-hole then spits on my friend while trying to spit on me, and he says some more racist things. Security goes to grab a-hole, but before he gets there, we hear a loud smack, and see a-hole stumble a few steps to the left. My friend's mother, she is in her late 50s, we are both in our 20s, had taken off her thick-soled immigrant sandal and smacked the man on the side of his face. Hard. Very hard. If anyone knows what those sandals are like, they are the ultimate weapon in the hand of a mother. I would rather deal with a Navy SEAL than a mother with those sandals. Security tackles the guy, my friend calms down his mother, and cops arrive. After reviewing the tape and taking statements, the guy gets arrested for a couple counts of assault and battery. I get confused for a worker all the time, especially if I speak Armenian to someone else. This was the first time it had gotten physical, and only the third time I had a confrontational exchange about it. I couldn't believe it had actually happened for another couple hours, and still am weirded out about it. We ended up getting a sweet deal for some ALAC speakers for him, so it was a net positive experience. The next story is titled A Man Jabbed Me in the Chest with His Finger at Costco. I had just gotten off an 11-hour shift and needed to get some groceries after work. I picked up my boyfriend on the way to Costco and away we went. We got most of the things we needed and were waiting in line. I don't know about all Costco stores, but in my city it is busy all the time. The lineups are massive, the cashiers are very quick though. I'm standing in line with my boyfriend when I remember I needed to get dry shampoo, and Costco is the only place that sells 3 cans of it for $20. It's an awesome deal, and for someone that works early shifts like me, it's a lifesaver. I didn't bring my purse inside and had my keys in my hand, so I just put them around my neck with the lanyard and told my boyfriend I'd be right back. I was wearing black pants, a black top, and a Pikachu lanyard around my neck. Costco employees don't necessarily have a uniform. I'm pretty sure they can wear whatever they want as long as they have a name tag. I'm walking towards the checkouts holding my dry shampoo, and a man walks directly in front of me, stopping. I did a classic Canadian smile and, "Oh, sorry," and tried to get around him, but he stepped to the side and got back in front of me. Road equals rude dude. Road. Can you tell me where the large jars of pickles are? Me. No, sorry. I'm really not sure. Road. What do you mean you're not sure? Where are they? He raised his voice and I was immediately in defense mode. Me. Wanting to get out of the situation as fast as possible. I don't work here, I don't know where they are. I'm sorry. I tried to get around him and he stepped in front of me again. Road. Who is your manager? This is when he poked the center of my chest with his sausage finger. I immediately stepped back and gave him the dirtiest look I could give to anyone. Road. I need to talk to your manager now. Where is he? You are very rude. Me. My manager's name is John and I highly doubt he would give a crap if I helped you find something or not at Costco because I don't work here. Get the fuck out of my way. I managed to get around Road and he shouted at me to come back over to him. Excuse me? WHO are you? Thankfully he didn't follow me, and I couldn't see him anymore after wading through the sea of people. I finally got back to my boyfriend in line and told him what happened as we got back to the checkout, and the cashiers thought it was hilarious. I'll admit, I wish I didn't curse at him in public, but I was feeling a fight or flight response and he wouldn't let me pass. Not my finest moment, but definitely not his either. The next story is titled "It's Fun to be Bilingual." I had been reading many of the IDWHL posts and it caused me to think about what I would do if I were the victim, but I really never expected it would actually happen. But it did, and luckily, I was prepared. Backstory. I am a 69-year-old U.S. Army retiree who had served much of his career in Germany and speak German almost as well as I speak English. Due to good genes, I look about 10 years younger than I really am. In the small tourist community that I live in, there are a lot of senior citizens like myself who live here year-round, and many have part-time jobs at our local stores, so it isn't unusual to find an older person working in one of the stores. During the summer, we get a lot of tourists with more than a few Karens and Kevins. So, I am at the local supermarket yesterday shopping in the soup aisle, and a nice vertically challenged, short woman about my age was trying as hard as she could to get an item off of the top shelf. I said, "Here, let me help," and reached up and got it for her. She thanked me, I said, "No problem," and she walked off toward the checkout. I then proceeded to look at the various cans of soup, trying to decide which ones I would get. Then I heard it, the sound I had heard about but, as of yet, never personally experienced. "Excuse me." I turned around and there she was, a stereotypical Karen and, based on how she was dressed, a summer tourist. Memories of the many Karen stories I had read flashed through my brain, and the silly idea I had when reading them clicked in. Me. Entschuldigen? German for, excuse me? Karen. Where are the some product? Me. Entschuldigen? Ich kann Englisch nicht verstehen, German for, excuse me? I do not understand English. She looked at me like she wanted to kill me. Karen. What's wrong with you? This is America. Speak English. Me. Was East Los MIT Psi? Was East sane problem? German for, what is wrong with you? What is your problem? She turned and angrily stomped away. I finished my shopping and went to the self-checkout. She was in line at one of the registers with a clerk. I paid the machine for my things and bagged them, and as I walked by the lane she was in, I said to her in a loud voice and in clear New England accented English, "Have a nice day, lady," and left the store. Being bilingual can be fun. The next story is titled "Woman Wants Me Fired from Somewhere I Don't Work," without actually speaking to me. This takes place in a care home where I would visit an old neighbor. I will call her Ruby in this tale. Ruby was basically bedridden and often napped while she had visitors. She also had a sweet tooth and loved her ice cream. If she was sleeping when I brought ice cream for her, I had permission to use the fridge in the dayroom to store this. Visitors could also get themselves a drink there for themselves and those they were visiting. Ruby's room door had a squeaky hinge. This plays a role. I went to visit Ruby with some ice cream. I signed the visitor's book and let myself in with the code. As I was closing the door behind me, it was tugged open by the woman in the title. She huffed and nudged past me. Ruby was sleeping, so I put my bag down and went to put the ice cream in the dayroom. As I passed the next room, the door opened and woman looked out. I nodded and went on my way. I chatted to one of the staff about Ruby and returned to her room. Not to make this too long over the visit, I popped in and out of Ruby's room a few times to get her ice cream, make her a cup of tea, etc. Each time I left the room, the woman would pop her head out and scowl at me. I said goodbye to Ruby at the end of my visit, and as I was signing out, the woman left the office and pointed me out to the manager of the home, who looked puzzled, and the woman stormed out. The manager waited until she left and then burst out laughing. The woman had just spent about 15 minutes complaining that a member of staff had ignored her, not offered her or her mother any ice cream, tea, coffee, etc. Ignored her requests for an update on her mother's care, and wanted the rude, uncaring, lazy person fired at once. So apparently that was me, the person she had never said a single word to. SMH at that one. The next story is titled My Baby and I Don't Work Here. There's a small, thrift store for Jesus type store no more than 2 blocks away from my house, and I spend a fair amount of time there. It's cheap, it's close, and babies grow like weeds. I know a couple of the ladies that work there. You try taking a baby to a store staffed by mostly grandmas on a regular basis and not get to know them, and the layout of the store. Fast forward to yesterday. I go to the store, say hello to grandma lady on the cash, exchange mindless chit-chat, blah blah blah. There's only like 3 other people in the store, an old guy and what looks like a middle-aged daughter with her elderly mother. Pretty typical. I start shopping, hanging clothes off the stroller bar, very clearly shopping. Babe leans out of the stroller and pulled some shirts off the rack, so of course I put them back on the hangers and hang them on the bar, and continue shopping. Go over to the toy section and there's the mother-daughter team trying to get a board game off a high shelf. Since I'm much taller than them, I offer to grab it for them, they accept, I hand it over and they thank me. Pretty run-of-the-mill for me. It's rare I go to a store and not help a short person reach something. I make my way over the housewares section and this is where old guy makes his entrance. Old guy holding a blender type thing. Do you check to make sure these things work before you sell them? Me, don't know, but they have a plug near the cash to test things, and I take my stroller and try to walk away. Old guy, how do you not know your own policy? I should point out that the employees dress however they like, but wear a bright red vest with the shop's name all over it. I am wearing a coat and pushing a stroller. Me, I'm sorry, sir, I don't work here. Old guy now very aggressive and a weird purple-red color, bullcrap. I just saw you stocking the shelves and making a sale, don't you lie to me. Me, I'm sorry, I was just picking up after my baby. Makes a gesture to the stroller I'm pushing that has my purchases on it, and helping those ladies. Old guy, oh I see. You'll help them but you won't help me, eh? Is it because I am a man? Get me your manager. By now, of course, grandma lady has noticed what was happening and came walking over. Grandma lady, sir, we don't allow people to abuse our customers like this. I'm going to have to ask you to leave if you don't stop. Old guy, she's not a customer, she's an employee. I saw her. Grandma lady, sir, she doesn't work here. Old guy, bullcrap. Me, I don't work here, and neither does my son. It's like he hadn't noticed the baby before, despite the giant stroller I've been holding onto this whole time, because he looks down and his face got even more purple red and he grumbled, bullcrap, and walked away. I finished my shopping, checked out, and had a nice giggle about the whole deal with grandma lady. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel and post some bear emojis in the comments.